Hello, I'm Chuck Miller from Oracle, and today I want to take you through how easy it is to personalize your Enterprise Command Center dashboards. Um, a lot of our customers have really liked the Enterprise Command Center dashboards, but the question that always comes up is how easy is it to personalize these dashboards and add our own graphs and charts? And that's what I'm going to show you today, because it's pretty easy. Little disclaimer, I am not a programmer, so if I can do this, you can do this. I've signed on as someone who has the authority to go in and make changes to the dashboards. And the first thing I'm going to do is select this hamburger icon over here and go into ECC Developer. And as I do that, I'm going to select administration, and I see all my Command Center dashboards that I have, and we're going to work with procurement today. So as I select procurement, and I want to work with the orders dashboard. As you can see, we've made numerous copies. I share this environment, and other people have done things with this. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to mess around with the straight data. I am going to make a copy of this orders dashboard, and it'll be orders number 5. So I hit copy, and it's been copied, and now it's orders number 5, and that's the one I'm going to work with today. So as I get into the dashboard, and we see our KPIs across the top and our graphs here, and what I've drawn your attention to is overdue shipments, where I've put a red box around that. This really doesn't jump out at me, and because there is a problem with overdue shipments, I'd really like this to draw my attention when I get into this dashboard. So I'm going to go into the gear icon here, and the metric I'm using is overdue shipments, and I'm not going to change any of this. Overdue shipments by purchase order with shipment ID is fine for my purposes. But what I do want to do is add a condition. So when I hit add a condition, I want to display when overdue orders are over 400, I want that number to turn red. And when I selected red, it really doesn't show up well on this screen, but I'm going to select red and hit save. And you'll see now, I think it draws your attention better here, where I see that my overdue shipments is this amount. So that was pretty easy to do, but that's not all I want to do. I'm going to scroll down until I find this icon, because I think I want to add a chart or graph or something like that to this. We'll start off with, excuse me, we're going to add a tag cloud. So when I take the tag cloud, I'm going to select that and drag it. Whoops, went too far. Drag it into where I want it to display. And now I need to tell the tag cloud what I want it to be. So I'm going to hit the gear, and I'm going to call this suppliers by amount. And through my data set, there's a drop down. I've selected purchase orders, and the dimension I want is supplier. Well, it makes sense, right? It's suppliers by amount, so we're going to base it on purchase orders and supplier. As I scroll down, I'm going to add a couple metrics. The first one is amount. I want the total amount to be the criteria that I use, and order count too. So order count and the total is going to be my criteria for this tag cloud. As I save it, I now see I have a tag cloud here, and obviously Eastern Industrial Products is where we do most of our procurement from. The larger the font, the more business we do with them. So the higher amount, supplier has the larger font. Now what I can do is I can click on Eastern Industrial Products, because this is live now, and the entire dashboard will reflect the data for Eastern Industrial Products. So we've highlighted, and here's my overdue shipments. We've added a tag cloud, and now I want to go back to that icon again, because I want to add a chart to this dashboard. So I've selected chart, and I am going to drag the chart to where I want it to display, which is below the tag clouds and the other charts. And now I want to tell the chart what data I want to appear here. So I'm going to take the gear icon again, and I've given the chart a title. It's purchase orders by buyer, and my data set is going to be purchase orders, and the dimension I want, and that came from a drop down. There were other things I could have picked. And my dimension is going to be by buyer. Makes sense. I want purchase orders by buyer. So my data set and dimension is going to be purchase orders and buyer. So as I scroll down, I'm going to add a metric. I want to count the orders, and I want the order amount to be totaled. So that's what I want to see on this graph or chart that I'm making. And I'm going to scroll down again. And the metric for my sorting, I want it to be in descending sequence. So I'm going to go through and hit save. And I see purchase orders by buyer graph. And again, it's in descending sequence. Pat Stock has got the largest amount on here, all the way down to Laura Smith. I'm not real thrilled with having this as a pie chart. I think a bar graph would have been better. So I'm going to make it that change, go back to the gear option, and I can see my chart options that I have the capability to use, and I'm going to select bar chart. And here it is, and pretty easily, now I see the same data in descending sequence, but again, this is in a bar chart. So that's how easy it is to personalize the enterprise command centers. Like I said, I am not a programmer. Just did this as easy as 1, 2, 3. And I hope you found this useful, and thank you for watching.